In a world where every step can be used against you, there is only one way to remain unbreakable, to be the one who is not swayed by time and fears no force of opinion. We live among shadows, and only those who understand how they are formed can control the light. This video is based on Nietzsche's philosophy and will be interesting and useful to those who seek truth, find strength within themselves, or wish to explore what truly defines a person. Well then, let's begin. You walk onto the stage of existence not as a mere spectator, but as a combatant. Whether you wish it or not, the world will test you. It will not ask for permission. It will judge you, scrutinize your every move, and whisper in hushed tones about who you are, what you deserve, and whether you are worthy of standing tall. This is not a gentle world, nor was it ever meant to be. It is an arena where only those who grasp the nature of battle can hope to shape their own legend. Your reputation is not a mask you wear to please the crowd. Masks crack, masks fall, and those who build their identity upon the frail foundation of public approval will find themselves devoured the moment the winds shift. No, reputation is your armor, forged not in flattery but in fire. Every scar you bear, every trial you endure, every moment you refuse to kneel in the face of opposition, these are the hammer strikes that shape you into something indestructible. The weak will tell you to stay quiet, to blend in, to avoid conflict. But those who fear conflict are the first to be crushed by it. The world does not respect the passive. It does not bow to those who merely wish to be left alone. You must carve your place with the blade of your will, sharpened by the knowledge that hesitation is death. They will speak of you whether you act or not. They will judge you whether you rise or fall. Let them. Let the murmurs of the crowd become nothing but the howling wind against the fortress of your being. Let their doubts fuel your ascent, their scorn harden your resolve. You are not placed here to seek approval. You are placed here to leave an impact that cannot be erased. So stand firm. Let them test you. Let them push against you. And when the dust settles, let them see not a man who bowed, not a soul who begged for favor, but an unyielding force that even time itself could not break. Be a lion, not a lamb. The world does not pity the weak. It devours them. It does not pause for those who tremble, nor does it make room for those who wait for permission to exist. In the grand design of life, you are either the predator or the prey, the master of your fate or the meal upon which others feast. Strength is not an option, it is the price of survival. Do not be the lamb, wide-eyed and trembling, hoping that kindness will be enough to shield you from the inevitable. The lamb waits. The lamb obeys. The lamb is led to slaughter with a whimper, its fate sealed not by force, but by its own submission. It believes that if it stays small, if it remains unthreatening, it will be spared. But mercy is not a law of nature. The lion, however, does not beg. It does not explain itself, nor does it waste time seeking approval. The lion commands its place in the world, not through cruelty, but through undeniable presence. It does not ask to be respected, it is respected, because its strength is unquestionable. It moves with purpose, it speaks with authority, and it carries within itself the knowledge that power is not granted, but taken. You are not born to cower. You are not placed in this life to be overlooked, ignored, or crushed beneath the will of others. Your strength, your true strength, does not come from arrogance or brutality, but from the unshakable certainty that you refuse to be broken. When the world pushes, you do not retreat. When others try to diminish you, you do not shrink, you expand, you rise, you roar. Those who respect only strength will test you. Let them. Let them see the steel within you, the fire that will not be extinguished. Let them understand that you are not here to kneel, to submit, or to wait for their permission. You are here to carve your own path, to walk as one who knows their worth, to exist not as an echo, but as a force that bends reality itself. The lion does not seek acceptance. It commands it. Silence is gold when they provoke you. Weak men explain. Strong men act. Those who possess true power do not squander their breath in the futile effort of justification. They do not flinch when accused, nor do they scramble to convince others of their worth. They let the weight of their presence, the inevitability of their actions, carve their truth into the world itself. When the mob gathers, demanding explanations, demanding that you bow before their shallow judgments, do not answer. Your silence will haunt them more than any words ever could. The insecure, the small-minded, the feeble of spirit, these are the ones who fill the air with noise, who drown in their own justifications, who beg to be understood. But you are above that. What is an accusation to a mountain? What is a whisper to a storm? If you must lower yourself to answer every fool, you become one of them. If you must explain your every move, you admit that you require their approval. The moment you defend yourself, you place your fate in their hands. And once they see that power over you, they will never stop. Your silence is not weakness. It is a declaration. It tells the world that you do not beg for understanding, you command it. It shows that you are untouchable, that the weight of their opinions is nothing against the weight of your will. Let them wonder. Let them rage at your refusal to engage. Their need for your reaction is the proof of your dominance. Look to history. The truly great figures, the ones who shaped civilizations, did not waste themselves on explanations. They moved forward while the lesser men argued in circles. They built while the masses debated. They left behind empires while their critics faded into dust. Let this be your law. Never explain, never justify, never beg. If you must answer, do so with your deeds. If they push you, push forward. If they demand your voice, starve them of it. Let them feel the unbearable weight of your silence, and in that silence, let them know you are above them. Turn their filth into your fire. The weak recoil from slander. They shrink before whispers, tremble at insults, and drown in the filth thrown at them by lesser men. But you are not weak. You are not some fragile creature desperate for approval, nor a slave to the fickle tongues of the envious. You do not cower when they drag your name through the mud. You rise, because you understand a truth that terrifies them. Nothing fuels a fire like the wind that seeks to extinguish it. They will throw dirt at you, hoping to bury you beneath it. Let them dig. Let them exhaust themselves in their hatred. Every lie they spit, every insult they hurl, every attempt to smear your name, it is all fuel. They feed your legend without realizing it. The more they talk, the more they reveal their obsession. The more they attack, the more they expose their own insignificance. The crowd has always despised those who stand above them. They will fear what they cannot control. They will hate what they cannot become. They will try to shame you, to reduce you, to force you into submission with their worthless words. But words are only noise. They have no weight. They have no teeth unless you grant them power. You must understand this. The fire does not fear the storm. It feeds upon it. What was meant to crush you, use it to climb. What was meant to burn you, use it to blaze brighter. Let their mockery be the drumbeat to your conquest. Let their gossip be the wind that pushes you forward. Let their doubt be the iron that tempers your resolve. Do not lower yourself to their level. Do not waste your breath correcting their lies. Let them talk while you build. Let them whisper while you rise. Let them scream while you dominate. Every empire ever built stood upon the bones of critics. Every legend ever forged rose from the ashes of slander. They want you to break. They want you to flinch. They want you to beg for their mercy. Deny them. Show them that their hatred is nothing but fuel for something far greater than they could ever comprehend. Show them that you do not burn out, you burn forever. Know the price of your word. Your word is your bond, your signature, the blade by which you carve your existence into the fabric of reality. It is the weight behind your name, the force that shapes your reputation, the bridge or the abyss between you and the world. Those who squander their words, who treat promises as fleeting breaths, who lace their speech with deception, these men do not fall. They rot. The moment you betray your own word, you declare to the world that you are nothing. A man who lies is a man without gravity, without foundation, without substance. He drifts, tossed by the winds of convenience, trusted by no one, respected by none. A single falsehood poisons everything that comes after it. You will beg for credibility, but none will grant it. You will swear upon your name, but your name will mean nothing. Gold can be stolen, power can be stripped, but the weight of your word, this is yours alone to protect. When you speak, your voice must not be mere sound, it must be iron. It must not bend, it must not waver. It must stand unshakable against time itself. When you say you will act, act. When you swear loyalty, let your loyalty be unbreakable. Let them know that if you speak, it is truth. If you promise, it is certain. If you declare, it is reality. In a world where words are cheap, let yours be worth everything. Men of power, men of greatness, men who shape history, they are not remembered for their noise. They are remembered because their words built empires, commanded armies, shattered enemies, and forged alliances that outlasted their flesh. Their word was law because they made it so. But those who speak lightly, those who weave lies for temporary gain, those who say one thing and do another, they are ghosts. Forgotten, erased. Nothing more than a warning to those who come after. Do not be one of them. Let your words stand taller than towers, heavier than crowns. Let it be the stone upon which others break. Let it be your legacy. Be a mystery. The world has an insatiable hunger for what it cannot fully grasp. It chases, it questions, it obsesses over the unknown. But what is easily seen, easily explained, and easily understood, this is discarded, forgotten, left to rot among the countless mundane souls who offered everything and became nothing. A man who reveals all of himself is a man without weight. He is a book whose every page has been turned, whose story holds no more suspense, no more power. And what is fully known is fully owned. You must never let them own you. Let them see the fire in your eyes, but never reveal the depths of your flame. Let them witness your victories, but never explain your strategy. Let them hear your voice, but never offer them the map to your soul. A mystery commands attention. An open book is tossed aside when its last page is turned. Men of legend understood this. Napoleon, Tesla, Da Vinci, they left the world guessing. Their genius was unquestioned, their power undeniable, but their full nature? A riddle even time could not solve. They walked among the masses, but they did not belong to them. They existed as both presence and absence, seen yet never fully grasped, admired yet never possessed. This is the art of power, to make them think they know you, while ensuring they never truly do. Let them believe they have unlocked your mind, while you remain 3 moves ahead. Let them think they have seen the full picture, while you hold the unseen masterpiece in your hands. The moment you strip yourself bare before the world, you surrender your greatest weapon, intrigue. A known man can be predicted. A predicted man can be controlled. But a mystery? A mystery commands respect, demands caution, forces the world to watch. So leave questions unanswered. Let your silence speak louder than explanations. Let your presence be felt, but your depths remain unseen. Be the storm they cannot predict, the force they cannot define, the shadow that lingers long after you have left the room. Only the unknown remains unforgettable. Do not live in the past, build the present. The past is a tomb, a silent, lifeless monument to what has been, a graveyard of former selves, of victories turned to dust, of failures that whisper their eternal taunts. Those who live there, who clutch their regrets and their faded glories, become prisoners to shadows. But shadows do not shape the world. The living do. The weak are shackled by yesterday. They replay their mistakes, worship their wounds, drown in memories that should have been buried. They tell themselves the past defines them, but they are no more than the sum of their failures. And so they rot, not from fate's cruelty, but from their own refusal to write anew. You are not bound by the past. You are its master. The story of your life is not written in stone, but in fire, a fire that you alone control. Every moment, you hold the pen. Every day, you turn a new page. If yesterday was defeat, today can be conquest. If yesterday was failure, today can be the foundation of something greater. Do not waste yourself mourning what is gone. Destroy it if you must. Erase it. Rewrite it. Let the ashes of your past self feed the soil of your rebirth. The man you were yesterday is dead. Good. Let him remain buried. You owe him nothing. The only thing that matters is who you are now, who you choose to become now. This is what separates the great from the forgotten. The great do not dwell on what was. They forge what will be. They do not kneel before history, they reshape it. Nations fall and rise, empires crumble and are built again, and those who refuse to let the past dictate their fate bend time itself to their will. So break free. Shatter the chains of yesterday. Step out of the ruins and build. With your hands, your mind, your unbreakable will, build. Not tomorrow, not someday. Now. The past is gone. The future is unformed. But the present, it is yours to seize, to command, to shape into something so undeniable, so unshakable, that when history looks back, it will not see a victim of time. It will see its master. Do not beg for approval, command respect. Approval is the drug of the weak. It is a cheap, fleeting high, a hollow echo of validation that vanishes the moment it is given. Those who chase it become slaves, slaves to the opinions of others, to the shifting winds of public favor, to the desperate need to be liked. And what is a man who seeks to be liked? A servant, a beggar, a nothing. Respect is different. Respect is not given freely, nor is it asked for. It is taken. It is earned. It is demanded. It is not born from smiles, from agreeable words, from bending yourself to fit the fragile expectations of the crowd. No, respect is carved into existence through strength, through action, through an unshakable presence that forces the world to acknowledge you, whether it wishes to or not. The man who seeks approval will betray himself 1,000 times over. He will soften his words, silence his truth, bow to those who do not deserve it, all in the name of acceptance. And what does he gain? Nothing. Approval is fickle. The crowd will cheer today and stone you tomorrow. Their loyalty is an illusion. Their love is meaningless. But respect, that is different. Respect is fear and admiration intertwined. It is recognition of power, of unwavering will, of someone who does not kneel. A respected man is not liked by all, but he is acknowledged by all. Even his enemies watch him with caution, for they know he does not break. He is a force, not a follower. A presence, not an echo. A king, not a pawn. So stop explaining yourself. Stop apologizing. Stop tailoring your words, your actions, your very essence to fit into the fragile expectations of the weak. The strong are not loved by all. They are not understood by all. But they are respected by all. Let the crowd chatter. Let the fools seek approval like beggars grasping for coins. Let the weak bend, grovel, beg to be accepted. Not you. Never you. Walk your path with iron in your spine, fire in your veins, and the certainty that you do not need their love. You need only their recognition. And recognition, when it comes, will not be whispered. It will be spoken in hushed tones, in awe, in fear, in respect. Build your reputation on deeds, not words. The world is full of talkers, those who parade their intentions, who boast of dreams not yet realized, who hide their weaknesses behind the facade of empty promises. But words are cheap. They are like smoke, here one moment, gone the next, fading into nothingness the second the wind changes. And those who base their reputation on words will find it fragile, fleeting, and soon forgotten. The truly powerful, however, do not need to speak. They act. They build. They create. They conquer. And when the world dares to question their worth, they do not scramble to explain themselves. Their deeds speak louder than any argument ever could. There is a truth that the weak refuse to understand. Accomplishment is the ultimate answer to accusation. When others question you, when they throw dirt or whisper lies, the only thing that truly matters is what you have done. Let the doubters chatter. Let the critics shout. Their voices will be drowned by the sound of your success, by the weight of your actions, by the undeniable evidence of your strength. You do not need to justify yourself to those who cannot see. The world is filled with shadows, with jealous eyes, with small minds that are threatened by greatness. And they will attempt to tear you down. But their accusations are nothing compared to what you have already built. A reputation forged in action is unbreakable. It stands the test of time. When you stand tall with a mountain of achievements behind you, no lie can take you down. The truth of your greatness is there for all to see, whether they admit it or not. Your deeds will cut through the noise, will slice through the slander, will silence the critics without you having to lift a finger. You do not need to answer their accusations. Your actions are the answer. So stop speaking of what you will do. Do it. Let the results be the story. Let the achievements be the proof. Let your reputation be built on a foundation of undeniable success, on the blood, sweat, and fire of your commitment. Let the world see that when they question you, they only reveal their own weakness. Because actions, great actions, are the only words that matter. Develop your intelligence, not just your image. The world loves the surface, the glitter, the polished facade. It is obsessed with appearances, with the mirage of success, with the easy lie that is seen and heard. But this is the world of fools, a world that praises the shell while ignoring the core. In this world, a man may gain attention through charm, through beauty, through charisma, but only the foolish remain satisfied with a shallow glow of admiration. For the wise, this is not enough. For the truly great, this is a distraction, a weak illusion, a shallow pit into which the unwary fall. What matters is the mind. It is not enough to be seen. One must be understood to command, to dominate through intellect, through thought, through ideas that shake the very foundations of existence. You see, reputation is easily manipulated. It is as fickle as the weather, changing with the wind, shaped by whispers and lies, by those who do not understand the depth of a true man. A fool may wear the cloak of popularity, but beneath it, he is naked. His reputation, whether good or bad, is worthless, for it is built on fragile, empty ground. The intelligent man, however, is beyond reputation. He is his own truth. The intelligent man does not fear the whispers of fools, for he knows their noise is nothing more than the rustle of paper. He understands that wisdom, knowledge, and strength of mind are invincible to the darts of ignorance. A bad reputation may stick to the foolish like a stain, but to the man of intellect, it is like water off stone, effortless to dismiss, impossible to harm. Why? Because the wise man knows that the only true armor is the strength of the mind. It is the power of thought, the clarity of insight, the ability to see the truth when others are blinded by their own illusions. The intelligent man is not shaken by opinion. He does not need approval, nor does he fear condemnation. His value is not in how others see him, but in what he has built inside himself. A reputation earned by intellect is impervious to time. It stands beyond praise, beyond criticism. It is like an ancient fortress, unyielding and indestructible. While fools chase the fleeting adulation of the moment, the wise build something far more lasting, a legacy of thought, of wisdom, of ideas that will continue to influence and shape the world long after they are gone. So stop worrying about what others think. Stop polishing your image for approval. Build your mind. Strengthen your intellect. Let your thoughts become a force that others cannot ignore. Let your reputation be the product of what you have created with your mind, not what others have made of your appearance. The mind is the only true power, and when you master it, nothing, no reputation, no lie, no criticism can touch you. For the wise, the intellect is the ultimate shield, and reputation is nothing more than a reflection of the power within. Study the nature of power. Power is not given. Power is taken, forged, wielded. It does not bow to the weak, nor does it bend to those who seek it desperately. True power exists in the silent spaces, in the control of the mind, in the manipulation of perception, and perhaps most importantly, in the mastery of reputation. Because reputation is not just how the world sees you, it is how the world obeys you. To understand power is to understand that all men are either subjects or sovereigns. The subject is moved by the will of others, his actions dictated by the desires of the crowd, his path paved by the thoughts of those who surround him. But the sovereign, the master of power, knows that he does not merely walk a path. He creates it, he shapes it, and he commands the world to follow. Reputation is one of the sharpest weapons in this arsenal. It is not a passive reflection of who you are. It is an active force, a tool that can be wielded with precision, or it can be the chains that bind you. Those who do not understand the nature of reputation are its slaves, as they allow it to control them, to dictate their actions, to form their worth based on the judgment of others. But those who have mastered it use it to move the world. A reputation built on strength, wisdom, and control is not just an image, it is a declaration of power. It is the signal that announces your arrival, that silences your enemies before they even dare to speak. Reputation is the force that demands respect without a word, that commands loyalty without begging. It is the air in which you breathe, the atmosphere that others must live within. The mistake is thinking that reputation is just something you protect. It is not something you defend. It is something you create, something you manipulate, something you master. When you understand the nature of power, you realize that reputation is not an accident. It is a conscious construction, a weapon that can be honed, refined, and used to shape the world to your will. You must cultivate it carefully, for it is fragile, but it is also indestructible when you hold the reins. Those who do not respect its power will find themselves at the mercy of others, their image crumbling with every careless move. But for the one who controls it, reputation becomes a fortress, a weapon, a symbol of power. So stop treating your reputation like a mere reflection of who you are. It is a tool to be shaped, manipulated, and used to carve out your place in the world. Use it as the true sovereign does, as a weapon of influence, a declaration of might, a signal that you are the one who dictates the rules. Master your reputation, and you will master the world. Learn to disappear at the right moment. There is a power in absence that the world cannot comprehend, a power that is both elusive and intoxicating. The greatest warriors, the most legendary rulers, the ones who leave their indelible mark on history, they know the secret of disappearing. You see, true strength is not in endless presence. It is not in being everywhere, all the time. The weak are compelled to remain, to cling to attention, to seek validation in constant noise. But the strong, the masters of power, they understand that sometimes the greatest power lies in withdrawing, in fading, in slipping into the shadows, in becoming a mystery that stirs the heart and minds of others. When you are always present, you become the background noise. You are a fixture, a part of the landscape. But when you vanish at the right moment, when you leave just as the world has grown accustomed to you, you become an absence they cannot fill. You leave a void that calls to them, that compels them to desire you. This is the nature of power, to know when to be and when to disappear. You must understand that in every encounter, in every relationship, there comes a point where your continued presence no longer commands respect. It breeds complacency. The eyes begin to wander. The ears no longer listen with the same sharpness. But the moment you disappear, you rekindle the fire of curiosity. Your absence fuels desire. Your return will be anticipated with a hunger that you can mold into your will. The true master vanishes like a storm, leaving only a trail of memory. And when he returns, it is with the power of the one who has been missed, the one who is now more powerful than ever. The world will seek him, crave him, chase him as a treasure lost in the sands of time. This is the moment when you hold all the cards, when the demand for your presence becomes so powerful, so consuming, that the world will do anything to have you back. There is an art to this, and it is the art of control. You must master the timing, the silence, the space between your appearances. You must vanish at the moment of your peak, just as your influence is felt most keenly. Let them beg for your return. Let them hunger for the very thing they took for granted. For when you reappear, you will not be the same. You will be the thing they could never quite grasp, the one they could never own. In your disappearance, you become legend. You become myth. Your return will be the climax, the moment of ultimate power. You will control their attention, their hearts, their minds, because you have shown them the truth. You are not a fixture. You are the storm, the fire, the king. And those who cannot see that will never understand why, when you vanish, they are left wanting, waiting. For true power does not lie in staying. It lies in knowing when to leave and leave them with nothing but a desire that never fades. As you walk this path, remember, true power is not in what you show, but in what you choose to conceal, in how you shape the world around you, in the legacy you create with your actions, not your words. Master your reputation, control your presence, and disappear when the time is right. Become the force that the world cannot ignore, and the myth that will never fade. May you have the strength to wield your power, the wisdom to know when to strike, and the mastery to command the world around you. Step into your greatness.